this is exactly what I've used to pass the evaluation, and this is the only chart and the only template I'll be using, going forward to try and get through all the levels. I would say the biggest struggle for me has been money, not having a big enough investment. Trading a funded account or trying to get a funded account with CTI and then passing that, having the strict rules in place, there is no question. You have what you need to do and you can't veer off that, otherwise you fail. So that's been great. It's been a great structure that I've needed to take me over the line to the next step in my journey. Be a full-time trader with no other commitments. That's the goal, and that'll be amazing. Yeah.
Sean from South Africa has not only passed the CTI evaluation, but is living the life of his dreams. He is now working only part-time as a freelancer, and the rest of the time he's spending trading. How amazing is that? So he's managed to achieve his dream to be able to be his own boss. Now you can do this by becoming a CTI portfolio manager. By taking one of our funded accounts and being able to scale all the way up to $4 million, you can do the same. If you're interested in one of our funded programs, use the link in the description below. Right guys, enjoy the interview, smash that like button and subscribe. Hey Sean, how you doing?
Hey Rodrigo, yeah, good and you?
Very well, thank you, very well. Thank you for accepting this interview, and it's a good opportunity for you to introduce yourself, tell us about how you got into trading, and hopefully we can get into your actual strategy. It will be very, very good to know how you actually trade, because it's important for other traders to learn from and hopefully get inspired by it. So how did you actually get into trading?
I actually found out about trading way back in 2009. Actually, I do remember it very well. I was sitting at my desk at work and figuring out what I was actually doing here, and then I started looking into ways to make money for myself, and especially make money from home. Always liked the idea of working for myself, working from home. So I just did a bit of internet research and stumbled across Forex trading, did a bit of research and ticked all those boxes. Free time, working for yourself, working from home, being responsible for making your own money. So yeah, got into that, did some more research and really grabbed me from there.
Wow. So what was it about FX that really attracted you to it, like Forex trading? Why not other ways of making money?
I think one of the biggest draws was, again, working for myself and working by myself. I'm quite a personal person. I enjoy being alone and working by myself. So I think that really appealed to me. And then obviously I would also say, seeing the first ads or reading up about it, seeing all the cowboys out there, I probably got sold a little bit on how much money you can make and how easy it is, which of course it's not. So that really intrigued me, and that got me going. But soon after I realized it's not going to be an easy path. It's going to take some work, some effort, or a lot of work, a lot of effort. By that time I was hooked. I loved it.
Awesome. So what's been the biggest struggle for you, and how did you overcome it?
I would say the biggest struggle for me has been money, not having a big enough investment. So obviously starting off with small accounts, but that brings a whole lot of struggles. When you first start out, you don't have the knowledge and you don't know that it takes time, it takes patience. Everyone tells you that, but you don't actually know what that means until you've got experience. So yes, time to obviously working a 9-to-5 job, having to come home and then do some more study. So time and money was difficult in the beginning. But
so how did you overcome that then?
Just years of keeping at it, and not giving up. And like I said, it really grabbed me from the start. I loved everything about it. I'm really passionate about it. So that for me was what kept me going.
Yeah, no, that's having the passion is so important. And now as a funded trader, where do you see yourself? Is trading full-time still one of your goals? How is that for you?
Absolutely. So I've been pretty fortunate over the last few years. I've left my job. I am still freelancing and working part-time. So that gives me plenty of free time to trade, but ultimately the goal is to be trading only, wake up in the morning, place my trades. That's the goal. But again, I'm very experienced now, been in the game a long time, so I do understand that even though I've passed the evaluation and I am where I am now, I'm still looking at years to come of getting and moving up through the levels. So fortunate that I've got the time to do it, and I've put myself into a position now that I can do it.
Amazing. Well, what kind of an impact is that having on you then?
With regards to
having more time to trade, because this was your struggle in the beginning, right? But now you seem to have more time.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So like I said, wake up, place trades, I can do a bit of freelance work that I need to do. And generally I just have more time on my hands. I'm not stuck in the office. I can go to the shop whenever I need to go to the shop. I can move whenever I need to move. I don't need to sit here if I don't want to. So that freedom is something that I've always been after. So to have a taste of that now is fantastic. To move on and be a full-time trader with no other commitments, that's the goal, and that'll be amazing. Yeah,
amazing. That sounds very, very inspiring, especially for traders who are not there yet. They still have a boss. They don't have much time. They're not well capitalized. So the fact that you've managed to achieve that through persistence and years of sacrifice and commitment, it's great to see that there's traders like you out there that are living that dream and achieving it and getting and scaling up their business as a trader. It's fantastic. So congratulations on that. And so talk us through your strategy. What kind of things are you looking out for, and how did you actually develop this strategy?
So basically, again, I've been in the game a long time. I've gone a lot of different routes, different time frames, different strategies. I've really gone in a few circles, which people can definitely avoid. This particular one, I did a course with a company in London, and I've been with them for quite a long time. I would say, amended their strategy to suit myself. I've simplified it a little bit, and basically I'm focusing only on one pair, the US dollar Japanese yen with this template. So it's really simple. It's one pair. I'm fully focused on that. And with regards to the strategy, it's a breakout strategy, trading with momentum.
Amazing. And what time frames do you look at when you're making a decision?
My entry chart is off the 1 hour, but of course I'm looking at the monthlies, the weeklies, and the dailies to see general trend direction.
Oh, right, fantastic. So would you be able to share what that actually looks like? It would be great to see a visual of the chart that you look at, the things that you look out for, the confluences, how you execute on the 1 hour.
Absolutely. Let me just share my screen with you. Right. Okay. Well, basically we got the US dollar Japanese yen there, the 1 hour chart. I do use TradingView just to check out the dailies, the weeklies, the monthlies, just looking for support and resistance. But ultimately, you can see clearly when the chart's going sideways, not trending. These boxes that you see here are representative of the previous days, highs, lows. So I'm waiting for a breakout of that box ultimately.
Right.
And in conjunction or with that box breakouts, you can see quite a few colors here. I would need, for example, if I was to be buying, for example, let's just look at today. So we got a box breakout today, but we've got blue candles, which represent buying, not selling. So for example, that would not have been a trade for me to take. So yeah, I'm looking for a box breakout, and then I'm looking for all these colors to be in alignment. What that does is just a visual representation of momentum, and just gives me more confidence in the trade, and also gives me direction on how to manage the trade. Do I want to hold that trade for a little bit longer? Do I want to add in? Am I shooting for a short-term target? Just all those questions it answers for me before I even get into the trade.
Fantastic. So do you have like some sort of a checklist to go through, or how do you actually make your decision?
So basically, again, if we go to yesterday, can you see where my cursor is?
Yeah.
First thing I would look for is that breakout of the box on that candle there. Secondly, I would make sure that the color of the candle is blue. Thirdly, I would make sure that these two indicators are blue in alignment with the color candles. And then lastly, I would, just to confirm it, I would make sure my risk reward is correct before entering the trade.
Okay, what kind of risk reward are you averaging?
So I will take on a 1-to-1 risk reward. That's what I would take on. But ultimately, obviously, I'm looking for a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1.
Yeah.
I do have two entry methods on this. There's the box breakouts as I've explained to you, and there's also a reversal within the box that I'll take on, but still with the long-term trend. And those risk rewards are great because I normally get into a risk reward of 1 to 10 if I catch it. It's a really low risk, high reward entry method.
Amazing. And this is the strategy, these two entries, these are the entries that you use past the evaluation, yeah?
Correct. So this is exactly what I've used to pass the evaluation, and this is the only chart and the only template I'll be using, going forward to try and get through all the levels.
Fantastic. All right. So another question: where do you usually place your stop? Do you place it previous low or?
Yes. So the stop basically goes at the daily low. So for example, if I was to get in there, my stop loss would be below the box there.
Fantastic. So you've pretty much been going long the dollar yen this year.
Yes, pretty much. But the nice thing about this template, which also makes it pretty easy, is even if I saw a shorting opportunity, because it's against the long-term trend, I wouldn't be holding the trade. I would have a short-term target, probably targeting one of these pivot points, daily pivot or a weekly pivot.
Okay, that's understandable. And how do you define a trend? What are your rules for that?
Long-term trend, basically I look on the daily. I look for long entries above the 20, 50 and 200 moving averages. And then of course what I want to see on the hourly chart, or even on the daily first, but on the hourly chart I want to see higher lows, higher highs, market structure. That's what I'm looking for, which again, it's pretty simple to see on this. It's a nice visual representation. If I just go to where we were trending, you can see right here, day to day, how the boxes are rising. So it's quite an easy visual thing for me to see on the hourly chart. But ultimately, I'm looking at the daily to see a long-term trend. I want to see price above the main moving averages if I'm bullish, and below if I'm short.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. It's been very, very insightful. What I like about your strategy is that you have very clear rules. You have a very clear checklist when it comes to placing your stop. Again, it's a really good place to place your stop loss, because once there's that breakout, the probability of price heading back down is lower than price to continue in that direction, especially for the dollar yen, where it's been very, very strong this year. So I think the strategy performs very well when it comes to these type of market conditions, when it's a trending, especially when you've got the macro fundamentals that I guess exacerbating the move. I really like the strategy. I can see why there's an edge there, but most importantly is that you've simplified it in a way that suits your personality, your lifestyle. And this is literally the most important part of trading, is risk management. So what kind of risk are you placing on those trades?
With regards to the account size I'm trading at?
Just generally, do you risk a dollar amount? Do you risk a percentage amount of the balance? What do you do? I'm
currently risking, I would say on most trades, about between 0.5% and 1% at most.
Right.
If it's the breakout momentum one that I'm taking, I'm risking about 0.5% to 1%. If it's the reversal entry that I've got, I'm risking 0.1%. It's really low risk.
Oh, okay. Lower risk, but then it's got a higher return to it, doesn't it?
Exactly. And what I tend to do is if I do catch the reversal one and I catch a good entry, then I'll offset those profits to build in.
Amazing. All right. So, and how have the conditions been, the trading rules, the conditions that CTI have offered you? How do you find them?
Personally, I think it's been great. So before I joined CTI, I was doing pretty much the same thing. However, when you're trading for yourself, it's really difficult with regards to structure, discipline. Even though I've been doing it for many years, my discipline is good, but you still tend to veer off your rules every now and then. Trading a funded account or trying to get a funded account with CTI and then passing that, having the strict rules in place, there is no question. You have what you need to do and you can't veer off that, otherwise you fail. So that's been great. It's been a great structure that I've needed to take me over the line to the next step in my journey.
Amazing. So the risk parameters that we've set, in fact, enhanced your strategy, enhanced your process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It really brings everything into focus. And even though you're trading for yourself, again, once you're trading for a firm with rules, it really brings everything into focus and it becomes real. It becomes really professional. It's not it's not a game. It's a real business that you're running and you've got to look after it.
Precisely. And it's that accountability that it does push traders like yourself, traders that have good discipline, have an edge, understand their edge, have put the work in to learn it and develop it. I mean, it's pretty much what we do is open doors for traders like you, but at the same time, we make you accountable.
Absolutely.
And this is the formula. And if you continue trading your edge consistently and you perform well, then we will scale your account. So you can double your account now every time you hit that 10% target. So, really it's down to you how far you can take it. And this is an amazing opportunity, especially for traders who are undercapitalized. It's an amazing opportunity.
Yeah, I agree.
For traders who are listening, what would be your 3 biggest pieces of advice?
You got to keep at it. You got to work hard. You got to work on your strategy. Get in touch with CTI or a company like CTI. It really does make you focus, takes the game out of it and really makes you concentrate. You need that. You need mentors. You need people around you. You need to be in that community and take your time. This isn't a quick sprint. It's going to take time. No matter how good you are, it's going to take time. If you can accept that from the start and relax, you'll be a relaxed trader and you'll be much better. Absolutely.
Amazing. What's your favorite trading book?
Favorite trading book? To be totally honest, I haven't read many trading books. I've done a hell of a lot of research online and I've seen experts of online. But reading trading books, not too many. I'd say the one that I did read that was good was Market Wizards.
Yes.
That was many years ago though.
Yeah, that's a really good one.
Yeah. Just to touch more on the psychology as well, of like-minded people.
Yeah, 100%. And what's your favorite trading session to trade the dollar yen?
I am trading the dollar yen all throughout the London session.
Okay.
I don't actually trade it through the Asian session. Yeah.
Fantastic. And where are you based currently?
I'm based in South Africa.
So you're about 1 or 2 hours difference then from London?
2 hours behind the UK, or 2 hours ahead of the UK at the moment.
Okay, not too bad then. Amazing. Well, Sean, want to congratulate you on passing the evaluation. Wish you the best of luck. And thanks again for this interview, for sharing your strategy. I'm sure a lot of traders watching are going to benefit from that immensely. So on behalf of CTI, I want to thank you.
Thank you.